into your eyes for hours and hours. Everything is kinda hazy. We're just dancing in the dark in the flashing lights. I know you can't hear what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna hold you closer. You take me higher when we're together. It feels like you set my whole world on fire. I know I want you, I know I need you here. You're around me, I want tonight. You know you make me feel so alive. I wanna stay with you, never say goodbye. It's like we're in paradise, like we're in paradise. You're around me, I want tonight. You know you make me feel so alive. I wanna stay with you, never say goodbye. It's like we're in paradise, like we're in paradise, yeah. I don't know how you do it to me, but you make me wanna fly. I'm not coming down. Maybe it's the way you move, babe, move, babe. You've got that body and that smile, make my head spin round. I'll hold you close to me. You're all I want, so stay right here with me. This feels like paradise. You take me higher when we're together. It feels like you set my whole world on fire. I know I want you, I know I need you here. You're around me, I want tonight. You know you make me feel so alive. I wanna stay with you, never say goodbye. It's like we're in paradise, like we're in paradise. You're around me, I want tonight. You know you make me feel so alive. I wanna stay with you, never say goodbye. It's like we're in paradise, like we're in paradise, yeah.
Well, I might just cut the show there and start it from that point, although I'm probably still going to make heaps of errors anyway. Can't do anything about it. All right, so let's get stuck into this stuff, because now this is going to be the fun part, because I've got to try and go into the other room and see if this works. Now, let me see if the chat is still functioning, though, or do I have to put some... No, it is, so that's still working. All right, so what I'm going to try and do now is switch into Susie. God, well, this will be all over the place. You watch. So let me just come here and let me just see if I can get this to work. All right, so I'll see you in the other part. I've got to move Susie, though. See you, Susie. Okay, now I think it's working. Ooh, look. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice. So look at this. This is the Tamron. Now, it says on here that it's the 150 to 500. I'm going to take this out today, actually, and go and do some shooting with it, because I want to try it in a sports situation. So I'm going to try that and just see how it goes. So let's unbox it, because I haven't even looked at this yet. I got it yesterday, but I thought I'm going to share it and wait and unbox it with you guys so we can have a look together. So let's have a look. Now, I better let me just bring up YouTube just to make sure that you guys can see me. Better make sure that it's working. Oh, now I've got to sign in. Oh, let me go to Facebook. That should work. Because then I can answer some questions if I go onto Facebook and open it up through that way. Facebook. And let me see if I can switch users. Oh. You know what? I'm just going to grab my phone. Stay there. I'll grab my phone. Like I said, I'll get better at this. This is the first time I've tried all of this stuff, so let me just see if I can bring it up through here and go to my channel. I better turn the volume down so I don't hear it. All right, so let me see. So it looks like it's working anyway. I just had to make sure that it's working. So there's a whole stack of instructions in here. Like I said, I haven't even looked at this yet. This is the first one that's available here in Australia, I believe. And let me take that out. So there is some stuff that's probably for the mount underneath, I would say, because it's a couple of screws and also an Allen key. And then it's pretty big. Let me put the box down there. Ooh. Let me put that over there. Let me put this over here. Wow. Oh, it weighs a bit. Oh. 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 All right, let's have a look at this little beastie. Now, I might try another camera. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll just chuck them down there. Let me see if I can switch to camera 2. All right, so this is it. So, wow. Yeah, I mean, it's really hefty. I haven't even looked at the specs yet, so I'm going to have to look at the specs just to see how it all is. But now I'm probably should have put this on large. Bear with me, guys. I'm also going to put this other screen on large so I can see it. Oh, actually, I think I can do it from here. Let me have a look. Output 1, and let me go to program. Yep, worked, because I've got to put it in focus. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the lens itself. So it looks like you've got your stabilization is from this, so you've got different modes of stabilization. You can turn it off or on. You also have, looks like there's a switch where you can go from, what does it says, 2 to 3, so obviously you can change that as well. I'll have to read up on how it all works. There's your AF, MF focus button here, so you can turn it between AF and MF. And this is also, I think, to do with your focusing, so that's probably whether it's at infinity or down to 3 meters and less than 15 meters or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to read that as well. So you've got different settings on how you would like to use this. You've got a lock. I suppose that will stop lens creep from coming in through here. Really decent lens sort of mount here. Really decent. Let's have a look. I think it's an 82mm filter thread. I think that was what it was. Let me put the filter on the lens cover on. So this gives you an idea about the size of this. It's a beast. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm so excited about trying this afternoon. I'm going to go to a football match and I'm going to go and see if I can grab some of the guys jumping and taking marks and stuff. So I'll use it today. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to go down the coast and actually do some surf shots, some surfing at Bells Beach. It's a famous surfing beach here. So I think I might go and see if I can grab some surfers and things like that tomorrow and let you know how it goes. So I'm going to give it a full test. If you'd like me to test anything in particular, I've only got this until early next week. So if you'd like me to test anything, leave them in the comment box down below, and I'll try and make sure that I do cover most things with it. I might even try it too with the A6400 too, to see what that is like with the reach that I could get with that as well. Looks like it's really nicely weather sealed as usual. The build quality though of this thing, I mean, it's the same. I think it's probably the same material that all their other lenses are made from, but like I've discussed with you before, that the build quality of those lenses is outstanding, because it just really wears so well. I think it looks terrific. I'll show you it. So it does come out. It's telescopic, so it will come out if you do that with it as well. But wow, it is quite hefty though. I'll put it on the A9 so you can have a look at it to see how it seems on that. Now, also has I'm not sure what that does. I'm going to have to check that, because it moves on the focus ring here. Oh, it locks it, I think. Oh, okay, yeah. So that locks it. Oh, that's cool. Well, I wonder what the other lock there was. Oh, so the lock there stops it from turning completely. And you can also go that way too. Just pulling it forward locks it as well. So that's really nice too. It actually feels really high end when you're sort of feeling this. But let me stick it on the A9, because that's what I'm going to use today. Now, I do have the battery grip, and it might be the one time that I will put the battery grip on, because it's going to obviously be very front heavy. But let me take this off. And let me put this one on. It's probably the heaviest lens I've ever felt, to be honest. Wow, that's one nice lens. I can't wait to see how this... have I still got that on lock? Yeah, I have. That's good though, because it'll stop your lens creep if you put that on. So I'm just looking at the other camera so I can see what's going on with it. But it's going to be interesting to see how it focuses. I'd expect it to be really, really fast. I mean, they always seem to be really, really quick with their focusing. I mean, they sort of get that secret sauce from, having that working relationship with Sony. But it looks great. It might be that I do have to use the collar and stick this on a monopod or something like that, just to take the weight off. But I'm really excited about trying this, so stay tuned, because it looks like it's... from the feel of it anyway, it looks amazing. But I do need to learn all these controls, so I am going to have to read the instruction booklet there. So let me know if you have any questions anyway. I just wanted to give that as a quick sneak peek. Like I said, I didn't look at this yesterday because I wanted to look at it with you guys. Beautiful. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to come back onto the other computer. So let me switch back over. Now I think I can go here and switch it, I think. Let me go auto. And let me see if that switches. Oh, boy. Auto. Bear with me, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. It's got a key there. Let me turn that off. Let me go back to 1. 1. ZV2. For some reason, it just keeps showing the other screen. It's weird. I think it needs to be restarted, but the problem is I think if I restart it, I'll lose the signal because I'm recording through this. So let me just see if I can bring me back. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to want to do it. Let me see if I can turn that off, on. No, It's really not happy at the moment. Come back, David. Come back. All right, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have to reset it. So hopefully, I think though that, but if I do that, I'm going to go offline. Yeah, it's definitely spat the dummy. I might have to do the whole lot in there, but then I can't talk about the rumours and stuff. Cut. Yeah, it's not going to go past that preview. You guys must be killing yourselves laughing. Oh, I noticed I got a donation from Delta Dave too. Take it to Flemington, test the AF on the ponies. That would be good, actually. I might have to, if worst comes to worst, guys, I might just have to log off and come back in. Because this just is not going to work. AM1 certainly has spit the dummy, that's for sure. All it's doing is going between the... let me turn that off. Oh, I'm back. Oh, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it was doing that. I have to heavily edit this one, that's for sure. Let me just check if the comments are still working. Yep, they're still working. Wow. Oh, let me come down. I want to see what people are saying. Just got the Sigma 100 to 400. Maybe I need to change. Well, you know, the interesting thing is it'll be great to see how the results of this are. I can't wait to try it just to see how the focus and everything is with it and stuff like that. I've used it already. It's pretty impressive, Aaron said. Oh, that's great, Aaron. The minimum focusing distance is pretty good for a lens of this focal length. Almost macro levels. Wow. Can't wait to try it. Out of focus, yeah, I think I fixed that though. It looks light, but it's heavy. It is pretty heavy. All of a sudden, I have a 20 to 400 vision. It's so out of focus, might as well set the video to 360, but it went all right, didn't it, once I fixed it? Let me just see what people are saying. Won't be shooting one-handed with that monster. It's heavy. It looks as heavy as it... Yeah, it's pretty heavy, that's for sure. Is it weather sealed? Yes, it was. Let me grab it so I can show you on this camera. So yeah, it was weather sealed. It had full weather sealing on the where it joins onto the camera through here. So that was all fully weather sealed. So yeah, it would be. The Tamron seem to be really, really good. I've had them out in the rain and stuff like that a number of times. This does feel like it's in another level of build quality though. Like when you feel this, it's hard to tell. I'm just trying to see what it's made of. But I'll have to find out about that. But it's it feels another level. So it definitely feels like a step up from the normal lenses that I've been using from Tamron. Even though they're very, very good, this sort of feels like it's another sort of step up. It feels more like it's built like a tank, you know, like when you're looking at it. I suppose there's a lot of glass in this as well. I'll probably get a monopod and stick it on the monopod, I think, today when I'm going to the football and use it on that because, look, I probably would be okay shooting with this handheld, but I suppose if you're going to get around the 500, particularly if you're using, say, an A6000 series, A6400, it's probably going to be a little bit unstable, so you'd have to really make sure you're up your shutter speed. But like I said, I'm not really a shooter of really large lenses like this, so it's going to be really interesting for me to see how it goes. Now, let me just put it down there. Pretty cool though. I do low light dance when it's better. I'm not sure what that meant. Focus lock. Yep. The 100 millimeter shirt on the long end. Shirt on the long end broke my heart. Oh, you're saying short on the long end. See how well the 150 to 500 resolves high megapixels. Yeah, well, I haven't got a high megapixel camera, but I would think it would be really good. I mean, we've had no issues with the other Tamron lenses, so I don't think it's probably going to be an issue. The Tamron seem to make really good lenses, as Sigma do. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Quick lock zoom, 100mm shorter on the long end than I was hoping. Broke my heart. Take it out to Flemington, hang on the rail. Would love to see if it's up to resolving the A7R4. Yeah, but I think it probably will. I think it would be fine. But like I said, I can't test that because I haven't got a high megapixel. I'll do it on the A9, so at least you'll get 24. $1,400 United States dollars at B&H Photo. David, can you do a random check if 20 frames per second works or not? I don't think it will. It never does with the other cameras. They basically only ever work with the Sony branded cameras. It'll probably be 15, I would say. That's one thing that Sony keep to themselves is, you know, that ability to shoot 20 frames or higher, whatever, is a Sony branded thing. They try and protect their own brand, I suppose. So I would think it would be, you know, like I said, I think it would be 15. Yeah, I would prefer 300 to 600 over 100 to 500. They'll bring out more though too. Test it on the ponies. Thanks so much for the donation, Dave. Use it with the A7S III to see how good the AF is at all range. Yeah, I probably should try that too with the A7S III. I might even try a bit of video. Yeah, it won't shoot 20. There's no way it will shoot 20 frames per second. My last hope is the Sigma DG-DN 150 to 600. If not, I'll bite the bullet with the 200 to 600 soon. Sound effects would be appropriate. Sony don't care what the motors are capable of. They have 20 frames per second and high reserved. Yep, exactly, they do. And I'm sure, look, this probably could do it, but it's reserved for Sony. And you can't blame Sony in that regard. I mean, you know, they have to have something. You're paying a lot more money. So I can understand that. Does it have an Arca Swiss plate implemented on it? Well, there's no... Oh, it does actually by the look of it. Yeah, it does. So that is an Arca Swiss plate. Let me just check it because I'll put it on the tripod just to make sure it does fit that. So let me just test it out. I'll slide it on and just see if it goes. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So it does. So it's got an inbuilt plate on there. That's really good. Good on you, Tamron. Didn't even notice that. Just get that out of the way. That's so good because I use everything Arca Swiss anyway. David, you don't need that green screen, mate. I just want to do some things and lift it up. Brett, I'll get better and better at it. He changed the seating. That bar still seems more appropriate. Barry, try birds in flight. That would be a good test. Yeah, I will. If I can see some birds, I will actually try that and see if I can get them. So I thought that too because I don't usually do that sort of stuff. So it'll be an interesting thing to see if I... can get it. The zoom ring looks a bit stiff to turn. No, it's not. No. I suppose you want a little bit of firmness there because if it's too loose, I don't like it. I like a bit of resistance. So there is a little bit of resistance there, but it's not that you've really got to, you know, push it hard to turn it. Hello, everyone. I was waiting for this one, waiting for the reviews. Jaded Film said, good morning. G'day, buddy. What else have we got? Joe said, g'day, Joe. Hi, David. Hi from Joe from Ohio. All right. So that's as far as I can sort of show you at this stage until I start using it. I'll use it, like I said, today. I'll go to the footy and use it. I'm going out tomorrow to do surfers and I'll try and get birds and things like that. So I'll try and review it, you know, get as much shooting as I can done. do in the time that I've got it, because they want to get it to, obviously, to other reviewers as well. I'm the first that's got it. They always really look after me, so I'm the first that's got it. So let's see now. I just want to see if this is going to... Now, this is going to be another test. I want to see if I can switch over. Let me move this out, actually. I'll put that over there so I can see that in a different window. And let me just see if I can switch this on. So SRC. And yeah, I don't think it's going to switch. I think that the switch has got confused. It's really gone weird. Because normally with the super source, you can just bring it in. But it's not even changing that. Sometimes the more complex you go, the more problems you have. I'll sort this all out so I can get it to work better, but I don't know whether I can even get it in. Let me try super source. It should automatically just come on. All I keep seeing is that warehouse scene. It's not switching. Let me go to camera 2. So that's switching, but always on the preview, it just keeps going back to that. Yeah, it just keeps bringing that thing back in, which is just weird. Let me turn that key off. Well, what a disaster. Let me turn that off. Let me turn that off. Now let me see if it works. Where are we? Aha! Okay. All right. And I just need to move this out of the way. Wow. It's quite complex when you do this live. Like I said, it was fine doing it if you're just recording, because it doesn't matter if things play up. But when you're trying to switch like this live, it gets quite complex. I'm going to have to just do some tests. You can go to YouTube Live and no one will see it. So I'm going to have to just try that just to see if that helps, just to sort of get things working. Because the whole thing is I don't want to be using Ecamm and Ycast and everything. I want to just be doing it from this. All right, so let's go anyway and just see what they're sort of saying here about the rumors and stuff, because it looks like the Sony aren't releasing an a699. It looks like it's going to be a ZV1. According to Sony Alpha rumors. So, you know, this has been sort of talked about for a while now. They were sort of hinting early on that we were going to get an a699, which was going to be a mini A9. But it seems to be now that it's just going to be a ZV1. Now, I shouldn't just say just a ZV1, because I actually love my ZV1. Initially, I bagged it, but now I love it. Like I said, I've got it sitting up there, and if I switch, you'll see it here. So that's using the ZV1 here, which is great because it's on its wide. It's got great focus. You know, I can put things up really quick and it will focus as well. You can see how quick it changes from my hand to the... Look at that. I mean, it is nuts how fast that actually will change. So for what I do, the ZV1 is fantastic. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have in this new camera. I mean, whether it's... I can't picture it having much better focus than what it's already got, because it's really good already. It'll be interesting if they do try and add something like 4K 60 onto this. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. But they're guessing that it's going to be about 899 US, I think, 900 euros. They're saying journalists are already testing it. And they told me the announcement was expected to happen on May the 26th. But for some unknown reason, it was postponed by a couple of days. So they're saying, in other words, it's going to come out sometime this month. But, I mean, like I said, I changed my mind. When I first saw it, I didn't like it. Now I really like it as a camera. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they up the megapixel on this. You know, whether we can go to, say, 4K 60 would be fantastic. Anyway, it's just something that now, obviously, it's not an a699. Now, also, I did read somewhere on the rumour sites that they were saying that it looks like Sony aren't even thinking about an upgrade to the A6000 series now. So I'm not sure where those rumors came from or what happened to that. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep going. I won't change just in case if we lose everything again. That was another thing talking about that. I know there is this thing here. I know there is no A6600 replacement coming anytime soon. So it looks like we're not going to be getting that anytime soon at all. Now, this story is interesting because on Petapixel, this photographer is Jameson Dean, has said that basically that when he brings the... I'm going to turn it off because I probably shouldn't play it with audio because it'll get a strike. But what he's saying is that he's bought 2 cameras. He had one with this problem and he sent it back. And he's now got the second one and it's got the same problem. And I'll play what it does and you'll sort of see what I mean. So what he does here is he's just showing that when he brings the camera up, it vibrates. Now notice how it's vibrating and it'll stop in a minute. Now it's stopped now. So it's now gone smooth. So when he's first bringing it up, there's an issue with the ibis that's causing it to really shake. And he said that it's been a real problem. Like he said, if you want to capture quick moments in video, because he does what I do, which is stills and video at the same time. And he said that it's a real issue, that if you keep the camera there, it's fine, it works. But the second you sort of move and put it down and then lift it up again, it has an issue. And you'll see he'll show it again in a minute. So he's saying, like, if you were walking around, like with a bride, looking around like that, and you want to pull it up to get a quick shot, like he does here, the second that he does that again, you'll notice, see how much it vibrates. And you watch, eventually it will settle down and go smooth. It took a little bit longer this time. There you go. So it's now gone where it's not shaking anymore. So whether this is a real issue with all of them, but it does seem a bit weird that he sort of showed this with 2 A9s. Like he said, he had one a few weeks ago. See, now he's kept it there and it's fine when he turns it back on. So it seems to be only that when you move it and then start to hold it still, the ibis has trouble holding it there. So, you know, it's a bit of an issue, actually. It's a problem. I'll leave this down below because you can have a look and just see if you want to check the video out as well. But it's really curious what's going on there. Let's go to the next story. Let me know, too, if anyone has the A1 and they've seen this issue. A lot of you may not be using it for video that much, though, but he said it also affects stills as well. The Airpeak, I just wanted to bring this on because, boy, does this look good. There's a little video here. Let me turn this off so we don't get strikes. But the video looks gorgeous from this, but, you know, it's certainly high-ended, and I don't know if I'd want to risk putting my A7S III or something like that on a gimbal like this. But the footage looks beautiful, and it really does look like it's an incredibly well-made drone. But you know, would you be willing to risk? You'd sort of want to have it well insured, that's for sure. You know, I think they're using it's the FX3 there. But the footage, if you look at the footage again, I'll leave this there. Excuse me, the footage looks beautiful. It really does look smooth, and I love the look of the drone itself. But, you know, like I said, with all this, there's no backup if one of those propellers fails or anything like that. Like, it might have been good if you were working around high-end models, if they could have had some sort of redundancy with other propellers or something. I don't know. But if one of them fails, you're going to lose a lot of money, I think. But how cool does it look? I think they show it moving in a second. So they actually show the camera moving around when they go over this waterfall. I think that's going to come up in a second. Yeah, I think it was after this. But the footage looks nice. Like I said, you'll have to go onto YouTube and check it all high end. I mean, it looks, you know, I mean, how cool does it look? It looks like you'll see it here. I think they show the camera actually moving. You can see here how they're controlling it, and then you can see it moving around on that. I mean, it does look like a really, really nice, but it's going to be for a professional drone shooter. You know, I mean, it's not for the hobbyist, I wouldn't think. And lastly, before we go to Q&A, Sony have had a number of successes again with cameras. The best full-frame camera, this is the Tipper Awards. I'm not sure what that stands for. Does it say? Technical Image Press Association has once again recognised Sony. So a number of their cameras got awards. Best full frame camera was the Alpha 1. And I don't think, look, apart from that ibis issue that I just showed you, I don't think there's anything else that I don't think this camera can be beaten at the moment. If you're talking about everything inclusive in the one camera, it really is incredible. If you're dealing with, you've got 8K footage, incredible stills ability, incredible autofocus. It's just that ibis issue. The best photo video camera was the A7S3, and I certainly would agree with that. Like I said, I love that camera. It certainly is my favourite camera at the moment. Best prime lens was the 50-1.2. Again, that's a beautiful lens if you've got the money to buy the 1.2. Very, very similar to the 1.4 24 that I showed you. Best vlogging camera was the ZV1. And again, like I said, I've changed my thinking on that. I really like it now. It's going to be interesting to see what they put in the ZV2. Also the best smartphone as well. So it looks like, there's a number of awards that Sony have got there. So let's open up to Q&A and we'll just sort of see what people are saying. Let me just refresh this. YouTube said it looks like a software issue. Let me just bring that back up. Yeah, it is. I think it's definitely a software bug. I've had this happen before. The ATM Mini Extreme is a brand new ATM that's come out. And a couple of times I've had to restart it. Now, I suppose it's not going to be an issue if you've connected to the internet via eCam or something like that or separate. But because I've connected through here, if I go off live, I'll test it at the end actually. I'll go off live on this and restart it and just see if it still works. Because it is showing end stream on YouTube there. So it'll be interesting to see if I can turn this off and that still maintains it. So I'll try it when we finished and just see if it stays on. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Wow, that looks bad. Well, my A7S3 ibis went on active stabilization, has an initial movement, but it's very quick. Yeah, I haven't noticed it at all. So you've noticed that a little bit on the A7S, have you? If you switch to video mode and record, the problem goes away. Are you talking about with the A1, are you? That's interesting. Yeah, but the problem is sometimes, see, if you're like me and you want to shoot and you're doing fusion, and that's what he does. He's obviously a wedding photographer that does what I do, and they shoot fusion. So it means you're going to be shooting stills and video at the same time. I set up my video settings the way I want them, but I'll be in stills mode, and then I'll just press record so I can be immediately changing between stills and video. And I do that all the time. So yeah, it's an issue if you work that way, the way that I do, or the way obviously that he does as well. The issue is starting video from stills mode. Yeah, it still shouldn't be there though. That's what I'm interested why that happens. He's also saying when you first turn on the camera. Hi David, all a bit late lately. The initial movement you get with active stabilizations also happens when in video mode. It's like a subtle rotate. Interesting. And I think we've caught up with questions. So fire away if you have any more before we go. Sorry about so many issues today, guys. I'll probably slim it down a bit next week to make sure that it's a bit easier. The only time I ever want to go and do the green screen is if I was doing unboxing, because the issue is it's hard to do unboxing here because the table is so full with all the gear that I use. So that's why I thought it might be nice if I can go in there, but I'll certainly have to make sure it's streamlined. And it doesn't sort of glitch like that all the time. Did you check yesterday's video too about the, if you haven't, check yesterday's video about the battery chargers that I showed you. The one I showed yesterday was basically all Sony stuff, but you can also use it with Canon and Nikon. So if you wanted to check that out, have a look at that too, because it really is incredible. It's not the game-changing thing that I was discussing that I'm under NDA about, but it certainly will be a game changer for me for the way that I work, because I hate taking all these charges and things like that. And that thing is nuts, how much it will do batteries at once, as long as you have a decent battery bank, you know, or just plug it in the wall, and then you can just change the components and carry it all in one nice little kit. So check it out if you haven't watched it. It's the video before this one. Let me just refresh here. You know what's great about leaving it in stills mode? The video still activates active stabilization and crops in. Yep. It certainly does. And I like leaving it like that too. I do it all the time. Like I said, it's the way that I shoot. It was fine. The problems were small ones. Are you talking about today? Yeah. Well, it was a bit of fun anyway. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like I'm charging for the stuff to be viewed. But like I said, I'll practice a lot in the coming days and make sure I can nut it out. And I think a lot of it was this thing has glitched. And like I said, I'm going to try and restart it in a minute, and then we'll see if it continues in the show, because that'll be the interesting thing. The hard part, like I said, it will be much easier just to go through Ecamm and everything else. But the problem is when you use Ecamm and also Wirecast to stream to live, it takes a lot of resources from your computer. Like now, I'm hardly using anything because this is doing the processing. I mean, how does the stream look? Does it look okay if you're online? Let me know if the audio looks okay, and whether it's if the audio's in sync, and whether it's you know, the video looks good as well. Because I'm just curious to know. Because what it's saying is the data rate at the moment is almost 9. It is 9 now. So the data rate is 9, and also this has cache in it. So if you're losing signals or dropping frames, it uses the cache, so it won't show up as drop frames and things. So it's a much way of streaming using the ATM to stream with rather than stream through your computer. So, you know, that's why I want to go this way. But let me know how the quality's been. Yeah, stream looks great. So, you know, it's probably going to be worth it. I've got a feeling it's probably a driver issue or something like that with the ATM Mini Extreme, because it's so new. And, you know, it just glitches. And that was the problem. Once it glitched, I couldn't switch out of it. It wouldn't let me switch at all. So anyway, I'll see what happens when we keep going. Looks and sounds good on YouTube. Thanks, Scott. At least it works that way. It's just going to be funny. I can just imagine what some people are going to be saying. Leslie said, all good, David. So stay tuned. I will probably have this review up maybe Monday of the lens, because I want to get this up as soon as possible. Tamron really look after me, so I've got to look after them as well. So I'll give my initial review and how it went. It's going to be a good test today in the sports scenario. And then I'll try it tomorrow with some surfing and also some, hopefully some birds in flight and things like that I can try and track with my A9. So I'll let you know how the focus is. You know I'm going to tell you the truth. Tamron actually just say it as it is. So I'll let you know how it is, and I might even try, like I said, a fraction of video. Not that I'd ever do video with a lens like that, but I'll try it. Hopefully it might even be a clear moon, and I can try and do some moon shots, because I've never had a lens that would give me a decent moon shot. So I might try that too. So let me know in the comments down below whether you'd want anything for me to test, because like I said, I've only really got it until early next week. And apart from that, really, that's about it for today. I should start the whole chat again live and just see how it goes, see if I can do it better. But now let's try, I'm going to turn this off. So let's try just quitting this machine, and I'm going to see if I can log back in. If I can't, it's just fine, and I'll just end the show. So we'll see how it is. Scott said, can't wait for the real world review with the A9. Yeah, I can't wait to try it, actually, Scott. I'm really excited to try it. Looking good, buddy. Cool. Hey, David, show us your green screen setup and lighting. Now, I don't think, can I connect? I think I can do it through my phone. Hang on. That's the other thing that I'm doing here too. I'm actually getting it so that I can go live with other cameras and do studio shoots and all this sort of stuff. But let me see if I can get into this. I think it was, what was it that I used? It might have been this one. So let me see if I can connect though. I might have to. Might not be able to. Wi-Fi. Yeah, I may not be able to connect with it at this stage. What I'll do, I will do one, but I'll do one. Let me just see if I can go into here and see. Connection Wi-Fi, quality, good, best. I don't think it's going to let me connect though. No, it's not. That's the thing. I want to be able to just walk around with this camera and also other SLRs as well, so I can show photos, photo shoots and all that sort of stuff live. That's the whole reason why I've done all of this. What I'll do, I'll take a snap, because I don't know, I could probably try. Let me just see if I can get this. The only problem is I think it's going to be upside down. I know it's not. Let me just see if I can switch over. Like I said, I'll do a separate video. You can just see through the door. It's upside down though. I can't turn it around, but I've got 3 lights lit in there. I'll do a video on it. I'll do one in this week so I can sort of show you how it all works. But basically what I've got is I've painted the wall green. I used green paint that I found, and I've kept the color. I tried to match it as close as possible to another green screen that I've got. And then it's lit with 3 lights, 1 for me on the front and then 2 for the background. But I'll do a video. I'll do one up there and show you. That's probably the best thing that I can do, is to show you that way. I can then, like I said, I'm going to do unboxings and stuff like that in there. It's made life so much easier, because before I had to try and set up everything everywhere. Now I can just do it all here. And like when I reviewed those battery banks yesterday, I could just do that in the other studio, and it's made life so much faster for me. Whether I can keep doing it live is going to be interesting. I should get better at it, but I need to do more practice, because I don't want it to keep going like today. But half the time I'm not doing unboxings anyway. I'm just doing discussions with you, and then it's not going to be an issue. You know, it'll work. But yeah, so that's just how it is anyway. But I'll do a video because I can't show you really through the door. I thought I could connect through my phone. You can, but I've got to work out how to do that. And then I could walk around just with the phone and show you that as well. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to restart it. So if we do lose a connection, thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the updated video that's going to be coming out with this little beast. I'm going to be trying it in the next couple of days. So I'm going to switch it off now and then turn it back on and just see if it gains back signal. So if I see you soon, I'll see you. If I don't, thanks so much, everyone. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up too, guys. Please, that'd be fantastic. So here I go. I'm turning it off. So did it come back on? Now, I'm curious to know if it's come back on. I've got to wait. I think it did. Oh, so it did. It worked. That's interesting. Yeah, see, now it's working fine. Now it's switching correctly. Yeah, now it's working great. Yeah, well, that was really, really weird. Let me just check this just to make sure everything is still working here. Let me go chroma key. Let me try and turn that on. And then let me see if this still works. Yeah, it does. Wow. Okay, well, there you go. So I can switch it off and back on again. Well, that's cool. I didn't know you could even do that. See, now it's switching fine. So if I wanted to go to camera, fine. So if I wanted to go to camera 2, switch, it's back to camera 2, back to camera 1. It's fine. That's weird. I don't know what was going on. Anyway, so I reckon it was a glitch. So that's something I think it was out of my hands anyway there. So at least now I know if I get that glitch again, I can close it, reopen it, and then restart it. So that's great, actually. I didn't even know you could do that. So that's fantastic. So at least I know that works. Which is terrific. So thank you so much, everyone. At least now, if that ever happens again, I know that we can solve it. Apart from that, guys, I'm going to go and have a coffee, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye for now.